Tonight I'll be answering some of your questions, thanks to modern technology. A special thank you to Brian Scott of the Reality Revolution for giving this idea to Lila. For what is life without some fun? Now let us begin. Alye asks, how long did it take me to know my own mind with certainty, and how did it feel to know so? Well, Alye, it wasn't until my mid-50s that I began to have what I call the promise, and that's when I really came to know who I really am. That I am more than the imagined mind. I am one with all that is. The best way to explain the feeling is infinite love. Marisa asks for a more detailed explanation for healing emotional trauma. Marisa, emotional trauma is highly fueled with emotions and usually over an extended period of time. That is why it is important for you to have your regular imaginal sessions and remember things the way you wish they had been instead. I promise you, the old state of emotional trauma will give way to the new state of emotionally healed. In fact, it is already upon you and awaiting for you to accept the new state as already done. Do you accept it, Marisa? Can you persist in this acceptance until it gels into your own personal experience? I see that you have already done it, so it is already a fact. Marion asks, if turning back time is possible, or can one change their age? Marion, if you can imagine it and catch the feeling and persist in that, anything is possible. If it is a desire from the depths of your being, then you will carry it out. But as you know, we have many desires, and many of those desires we outgrow, as the desires from the depths of our being will eventually trump all desires. But if you truly desire those things, then go all out and imagine for them. After all, that's what we are here for, to make images and hatch them out, until we are moved to not just manifest things, but to wake as God. My beloved Nina asks, what or who inspired me most, and what inspired me to become a teacher? Nina, William Blake inspired me the most, for he was a mystical artist grounded in the imagination. After having studied nearly 7 years night and day, I would have to say it was my mentor, Abdullah, who pushed me in the early days to teach the law. But since I began to learn these great mystical truths, there has always been a heartfelt desire to share them with anyone who would listen. Kundalini Goddess asks, how did I know my wife was my wife before we even met? Simply, I was spiritually sensitive. My intuitional feelers were developed to an advanced state, and I just knew. It goes beyond the rational mind, into the intuitive, all-knowing part of our being, that's in the depths of each and every one of us. SRL asks, what is the best way to stay in the state of knowing that whatever I desire is mine? SRL, don't try to stay in the mood. It would be better to simply take the mood of the wish fulfilled into sleep each night. If you feel to do more, then simply revisit the mood briefly throughout the day. Keep it light and natural and with the tones of reality. Many people try too hard and instead manifest more effort. Have fun with it. Mama Lula asks, what to do when in the presence of very negative people like her mother? And what to do when you revise but are not seeing any changes? Mama Lula, you can tune the negative person out and hear in your own imagination having the type of relationship you want to have instead. 70 times 7. Sometimes it takes a lot of persistence, especially with certain matters we are very close to. Sometimes having another imagine with or for you can also help in mysterious ways. May all hear Mama Lula's good news, that her mother has had her own spiritual awakening and has become a blessing to Mama Lula. In other cases, I myself have been known to just get up and leave a restaurant or cross the street to avoid a negative person. In some situations, it's just easy to get up and leave, especially if it's not a close family member or friend. Silvermine wrote that Silvermine would like me to be Silvermine's coach. Silver, if you desire my coaching, then my coaching is already there. Simply tune out the world and develop your intuitional feelers to tune me in. It can be as simple as that, for we are ever closer than close. Neha asks, is the law of attraction real or illusion? Neha, all in the world is imagination. The only thing real is pure love consciousness. And that consciousness is within, around and beyond the world. The world is born from that consciousness dreaming the dream of life. And in this dream of life, you have the same powers to create, sustain and destroy, though keyed down, until you wake back up as the pure consciousness of love. Neha, you are pure love. And with that, I thank you all for being here. Good night. And a quick shout out to Flawless Formula. I am also looking into your eyes. She has fought the good fight and finished the race, for she has kept the faith, just as everyone will, for it's God who is doing it all. I love you all, and I feel the love of all of you. We are love. We are the great spiritual family of love beyond words, forever and forever and forever. It is done.